What's up? What's up, everybody? We are back for another Better Calls All Yaps today. I got two friends, Lyons Den and Attabotty. How we doing today, guys?
What's
Chilling,
up?
chilling.
What's
How you
up?
doing, my dude?
Doing good over here as well. Like, so cool to have you guys all in the same like room together. Like, fuck yeah, long time coming. But I
Yeah,
missed the first effort. I missed the initial introduction and everything. So like, this is cool. Like, I'm coming from the other side of it. So
and that's what
vibes always
I was
match.
introduced, and then when he said he knew you, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely start at the beginning and just like go from there and then kind of continue on and into the future is kind of where I'm thinking. And it kind of all for me stems from a brand that we've created called ZAO-Festivals. That's ultimately a community-led brand. Through our organization, the ZAO, we met individuals like Attabotty and were able to host two awesome events in 2024 in New York called ZAO-Palooza, and then Miami for Miami Art Basel for um, called Zaucella. And it was an absolute blast. Attabotty was a huge part of organizing those events. And I had the blessed opportunity to, through the brand of ZAO-Festivals, meet a lot of amazing artists and get a run through of a couple opportunities at the practical side of running an event and organizing an event and managing people and individuals. And then in 2025, we took a little bit of a break, focusing on Wave Wars internally, as well as Attabotty kind of cooking it up, spending time traveling. And then I'll kick it over to Attabotty to kind of continue the story there. But I know that kind of leads into how you met Lions Den. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, freaking 2025 was it's a big. I don't know. It was like a lot that happened that year. And one of the things that I was doing was going on tour. And went to South by Southwest to meet up with Mose for us performing at Club 420. Super cool spot. um,
That was a
but
super dope spot.
yeah, it was pretty neat. I liked it, and just the fact that you could smoke weed in like Austin, Texas, was pretty crazy. But
Yeah, indoors. Yep.
yeah, right, indoors. That was interesting. But that was we were in this place. We were in the artist's house, and Mose had this competition called the Battle of the Bands, and freaking met Lyons Den through that because he was the winner of that shit. And freaking homie was just like so badass, and so immediately, we started like vibing like literally within the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
They're like, I know you, I see you. Let's
Yep.
go. And yeah, had freaking a time, man. Just like great time in South by and performed together. I got to work together in a sense because I was running the sound as well as performing. So we got a sense to like, feel each other out, not even personality wise, but professionally wise. And like, you know, like, I don't know, it's a cool thing, I freaking Lyons Den's just incredibly talented, and just to be around that and like just fuck around in the artist house and have fun and shit. Um, it was a lot of fun. So like immediately we exchanged contact, and we're like, well, Lyons Den, he had a performance coming at the Funk and Waffle, and he was like, hey, when you come up to New York, I got this thing, would love to have you. And I was like, sure thing. I just I don't have this place to stay in Syracuse. He's like, yeah, you can stay with me. So I
Yeah.
had
Okay.
right, yeah, that was what's up. I had my wife and son, Nisi and Billy. They both came up and stayed with uh with Lyons Den at the Onondaga Res, which was one of my literally most favorite experiences of my entire life, man. Like
Yep. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
yeah, it was absolutely. We us as a family talk about it all the time. Be like, man, I want to go back to Res so bad. It's so fucking awesome. It's a good time. And yeah, no, we went from there to just like performing together in New York a couple more times, and then from that, we linked together, made some music. There are some unfinished tracks that we still got to get to.
Me and Mose
But
were just talking about that.
yeah, yeah, no, there's some fire shit that we gotta get back into. And then from there, went back to Florida for a kind of a boring period for me, I'd say. But at the same time, I wouldn't say boring. It's just like I like went totally into monk mode, and since then, be like I feel like we've been regrouping. And like back in New York, man, I just feel like, it's like meant to be. We I don't know. I don't want to speak for Lyons Den, but on my side, yeah, it just definitely was honing into some different skill sets, and yeah, back and ready to kick some ass.
Well, yes, I just did because I'm working on my second album. It's almost finished. It's
Hell
called "The
yeah.
Grid Is a Lie." so, but it's a lot of like new stuff that I've been working on for this past month, for this past year, basically. Finally getting finalized, and I want to be starting to roll it out in September. Is when I want to start the rollout for the album, and but then I started having live shows, and I opened up for Chris Webby in June.
Sick, dude.
So that was super dope, and I've had a bunch of shows. I got a show in Montreal. I got a show in Niagara Falls in mid-September,
Oh, cool.
and then ZAO-Fest, and then so I'm gonna be bopping up all over, and I've
That's
never
a
meeting.
perfect time to tap into how we met as well. Was through the ZAO-Festivals brand overall, where at the end of Zaucella, where we had an awesome event supported by Attabotty and crew, one of our artists, D Coop, who was introduced to me through our event, and he performed well. But what I really liked was the fact that he kind of came a little bit early and helped out and really supported the organization of the event for like a couple things we just needed extra hands on. And I always appreciate that. That was huge. So he was organizing his third annual event, and we were talking about organizing our event in October called Zowstock locally here to Maine. So we decided that we would collaborate together on his third event with the VEC and ZAO-Festivals and call it Zowville, and really create it as an opportunity to collaborate in a way from a previous festival and pretty much a community organized festival through him. The event was phenomenal and really well done from everything on his end, and we got a chance to come down and tap in and say hi and film a lot of content, which was really fun. And Lyons Den was one of those performers, so that was really cool because I got an opportunity to see Lyons Den perform. And watching Lyons Den perform and some of the other artists, I was like, well, we definitely could use you guys in Maine. So I think there's a lot of fun folks that'll definitely be looking up Lyons Den at the end of the night, where like you're such a perfect fit for the main culture and atmosphere out here.
Yep.
And yeah, no, I'm stoked to have you perform in October with us. It's gonna be a blast. And now, like everybody said, it kind of brings everything full circle for all three of us. So
Yeah.
Super
It
cool.
was. It was a surprise when I got asked, and hey, he asked me early, D Coop, because again we met when we were at what was it at Astrofest.
Yeah.
That's when I met
Huh.
D Coop down there for that run when we were in New York City, and that was during what was it? What was it like the NTF or
NFT NYC. Yeah,
yeah
yeah.
NFT.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, I've been talking to.
I always get that acronym.
No, not even.
I
It's all
still get that
good.
acronym wrong.
Freaking, I
It,
was telling Lyons Den for the longest time. I was like, yeah, I got a part of this group, co-founder of the ZAO, and I think you'd be a perfect fit, this and that. And so it's just like so cool how like things just naturally went into place like that. And it was like, yeah, it's I don't know, it's really neat. I'm glad you got to like meet the crew and like what the whole vibe is about and what they're trying to do. It's like or what they are doing, what we're doing. It's like it's super neat, and especially
yeah,
like with wave wars and shit like that. Super cool. There's so many
it's
different
super dope,
projects.
and I'm
Yeah,
super honored, and I'm super honored and privileged to be a part of this. Like you know,
fuck yeah,
I'm just I just like making music and that people enjoyed it. Because again, no one
that's
knew
yeah,
who I
perfect.
was. Like that whole clique, like you could tell everyone was like when I got there, everyone was kind of trying to figure out like who I was, like at the
found out.
at Zowville.
That's a
And
cool
then
thing.
after I
That's
performed, then after I performed, everyone's like, okay, that
right.
makes sense now.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's perfect. And now everyone leaves with that nod, like, oh,
Mm,
Y-
yeah,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that was
yeah.
Lyons Den.
He's a homie.
That's
Yep.
the new contact I just added into my contacts today in some capacity, right? Whether it's look up
Mhm.
on YouTube, Instagram, meet in person. Anyways, it's really cool to kind of bring all these things together. Speaking of Wave Wars, we've kind of finally decided for our event we're going to be working with the bar that's next door, not only for alcohol but also as a opportunity for a second stage, an indoor stage at different times when we need to get things set up in the main area, which is an awesome opportunity. And I'm really excited to partner with them. It's a Black Moon Pub. And then
Mm.
after from 12 to 6 p.m., we're going to be doing the after party there and going to be having a couple more artists, some more of the local main artists perform. And we're just going to be really vibing out and enjoying. So, one of the final like decisions that we've made for Wave Wars is that Wave Wars is going to be from 4 to 6 p.m., the last 2 hours of the event, kind of that final hoorah, because our goal is to really capture the event live and then also stream that virtually for all the people within our community and then the communities of other individuals that are there to be able to participate in. And with that, be able to draw attention to Wave Wars and be a part of the event and be able to affect the in person event, the live competition. So that'll be a blast. I'm really excited to plan that out more with the Wave Wars community. But we're going to be having musicians before that, and then after that, in many different capacities. But the after that will be in the after party. So I'm really excited. It's an opportunity for me to bring my digital community to my here local community, as well as showing my local community what my digital community is all about, and all these awesome musicians of all these awesome different genres all the way around the world. So I know we're already 11 minutes into this, but Lions Den, do you want to give us a little intro? Who is Lions Den?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm a Native American. I guess you would call me a reggae, hip hop, electronic artist. Do all my own self producing, and I'm from the Onondaga Reservation. That's for the res, and that's res is short for reservation. I was born and raised here. I grew up. I grew up listening to music, and I grew up into like I'm one of the only ones in my family who really got into like reggae when I was young. When I since I've been young since I can remember. It's music, hip hop, so it's being able to bring all of it together and just kind of make a meld of all that.
Awesome.
Fuck
I
yeah.
love it. You guys said you guys are starting a collaboration. Do you want to, for the folks at home that are meeting you for the first time, just give like a short intro on who you are as an artist?
Yeah. So as my name suggests, Attabotty. My music definitely is more on the psychedelic side, and I'm a pretty eclectic artist myself, where I like to combine a lot of different genres, cinematic with EDM and hip hop. Those are my main go-tos, but I'll try to grab from a little bit of everything, just whatever I'm feeling, bringing the inspiration. So I think a lot of people would describe my work as like spiritual EDM, although it's not necessarily like really calm. It's like can be pretty exciting, you know. And so I kind of lean into like I said, sometimes I go real heavy in trap, drum and bass, sometimes even dubstep. But I always I bring live instrumentation into that. I'll play a Native American style flute. I think that's like one of the things that like me and Lyons Den like
Yep.
Will Res did at first, because that's like part of my performance, and it's like yeah, that with flute, drums, and then live like mixing and piano playing and stuff like that. Just to kind of like I said, I started off as a composer, film composer, and then from there I wanted to like branch off into other things, especially EDM. But yeah, I'd say that it's like kind of a mixture of a lot, but it's a especially with my new album that I'm doing, the Out of Body Experience, and the whole new performance that I'm making. It's definitely dipping more into that, and dipping more into that narrative type of set. It's not going to necessarily be like your typical like DJ set or like your EDM album. It's gonna definitely have a cinematic narrative to the whole thing. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm also a 3D artist, 2D artist. I do motion graphics and animation. And recently have really gotten deep into in AI, like where I can do a lot of stuff with AI now. That's just like, yeah, it's one of them things, you know. If I feel like if I didn't learn it, I'd get behind, especially with my studio that I do like freelance work with. And so to kind of keep up with what's going on, a lot of trends, I got really deep into that, into Hermes agents, into Claude Code, anti gravity. I've been doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm so thankful for it now because I can almost build just about anything that I want, any kind of program, any plugin that I want for like FL Studios. Um, and so kind of been like going full circle, especially in augmented reality has been my last big push as well. Because all this is kind of to support the out-of-body experience where you're going to have like live projection mapping with live visuals. It's going to have me playing the instruments that are going to react with the visuals. And then when you record and get your camera up, there's going to be like bennies of having augmented reality a part of the show. And all of that to support the main message, which is your mind is your sanctuary, and it's a playground that I hope a lot of people enjoy. Because I've been putting a lot of work into getting the message right, and so excited for it's about to be ready for everyone. And as far as the collaboration with Lyons Den, that was something that happened. Man, it was cool as fuck. It was like one day left I had to be in New York before I had a plane ticket ride home, and we were like, I was in Syracuse. I was doing like a business deal with Mose, and that went through. And on my way back, I was like, "Hey, you want to come back, Lionsden, to the place real quick? Or maybe just hang out a bit before I leave, and this and that." And like, he's like, "Ah, should I?" It was like so spur of the moment. And he was like, "All right, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it." And we all got in the car and went back to the place and just like, we got there, unloaded some equipment, and then immediately one of us got the idea like, "Hey, you guys want to like record a track, do a little bit of something little." We were all together. Why not? And so got on there, and Mose had like the sample that he wanted flipped. He's like, "Here, we should try this one," and we went for it, and it was like the sick fucking da 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 da. And from there, put a bass line on that, put a beat, and we were like going for it. And oh my god, it was one of the funnest experiences ever. Within one night, we had a full blueprint for us to totally like smash out. And my goodness, I got a lot of mosquitoes around me, and it's one of my favorite ones I want to get done, and it's sick. If you heard it, so you'd be like, "What the fuck? Why is it
Oh
this?"
yeah.
It's like, yeah, same as a lot of things, got get tied up with stuff, but that's another really cool one. That is, it's like since I'm in New York, I feel like it's gonna make things so much easier to get these collaborations in, because like especially as remote work, you like yet someone gets busy, then you need to get the recordings, and then this and that happens, and the next thing you know, it's like takes a minute. But freaking, there's a lot, and that's why I gotta get back up to the res.
Oh
So much.
yeah. I think we may have lost Lyons Den.
No.
Test test.
Yeah, it can be a little spotty on the res.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Uh-huh.
That it's great to have him. I'm really excited. I'm excited to have him help showcase his album and see what we can do to help distribute it with all of our different vast resources in
Fuck yeah.
different capacities that are all to support artists. And in most capacities, when we recommend different services, it's usually free or at a reduced cost because it's someone that's helping with their own services. So I'm excited to just like see what we can do as ZAO-Festivals to really amplify all these awesome artists we're going to be working with for the first time and hopefully not the last.
Yeah, no, freaking hell yeah. And it's so cool to have like, new people onboarded and like have that's such a welcoming experience. And I'm just so glad that the whole crew coming together and freaking, like I said, like vibes. And the more we congregate together, the more I feel like, holy cow, I got mosquitoes everywhere around me. Excuse me. Bit distracting. But that the more we congregate, the more like I feel our vibes are going to match more and more by the second. And we're just building this tribe out that is such good people on so many sides.
100%. Well, on that note, I don't see him popping back in. We can
Hmm.
call it for here, but we'll definitely do some more before October 3rd. So,
Hell
for
yeah.
anyone popping in listening, appreciate you guys for joining, and we'll see y'all soon.